We've been talking with Nick Purciello of Whipple Superchargers. He's their product line director, and he's got us some new information on the Whipple calibration for your 21 F150 Supercharger. Let's get into the video.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Back Road Driver.
We're the Mizer Brothers.
I'm Brad.
I'm Sam.
Sam has exciting information about the speed limiter and what that setting actually is in the Whipple calibration, what Whipple did with cylinder deactivation. They also did something with the auto start stop that drives us all crazy in our trucks. They've taken care of the trans tuning and been able to remap that on their Whipple Tune. And the big bonus is the future tuning update plans and how they're going to be able to achieve that when you put a Whipple on your 21 F150 and maybe other vehicles that are going to be locked up as well. We put out a video about Mitchell Watts at Town & Country TC Customs getting Sam the very first Whipple Supercharger for a customer's 21 F150 truck. And in that, we had referenced a Lethal Performance video on Facebook about the speed limiter actually keeping them from being able to dyno up at the full power that this supercharger is supposed to make, 775 horsepower. Nick at Whipple reached out immediately to let us know that that's not the case, that there's actually some very good news, and Sam's going to tell you that in just a second, but he shared a ton of other information, and we can't wait to share that with you because it's got a lot to do with how this truck's going to run and what all we're going to be able to do with Sam's 21 F150 on this channel.
So first things first, the top speed on the new supercharger system from Whipple for that 21 F150 will be 135 miles an hour, just like previous generations. The reason that matters so much, guys, is there is no custom tuning right now. So if you were going to go drag racing or wanted to go fast and the Whipple Tune was going to limit you to 107, that was going to be a pretty big bummer. But since we can run up to 135 miles an hour, trap speed on a quarter mile at 120, 125 or whatever, it's going to be no problem, so there's no issues with drag racing. The next big news from Nick was cylinder deactivation, and yes guys, it is gone. No cylinder deactivation when you put a Whipple Supercharger on your 21 F150. I'm not going to go into what cylinder deactivation is here, but it's bad news, guys. It sucks. GM and Ram have had those on their trucks for several years now, and it's been a lot of problems. You know, Ford's system is a little bit different. They've learned from all of their mistakes. So guys, for 8 or 9 grand, you can get rid of cylinder deactivation, and there's literally no other way to do that right now because it takes a PCM calibration, a new tune, and the only way to get that right now is to get a Whipple Supercharger. Maybe a Roush in the future will have that, obviously, but for right now, that's the only way to get rid of cylinder deactivation. Let's talk horsepower numbers, guys. If you missed it, or if you don't do social media, Dustin Whipple released some numbers on his Facebook page. The numbers are 635 horsepower, 519 foot-pounds of torque. Those are awesome numbers, guys. Those are like at 17% driveline loss, and I believe those pulls were probably made on a crew cab lariat or something like that, similar to my truck. So, you know, that driveline loss numbers is well within spec. Looks like this truck does make 775 horsepower at the crank.
If you want to see us go through this whole process of adding a Whipple to Sam's truck, go ahead and hit subscribe down below. And if you like this information, give us a thumbs up on this video. Now guys, if we got more information here, but if you want to get a Whipple, you need to go to tccustoms.com right now. That's Town & Country's custom brand. And you need to get your Whipple Supercharger ordered. They had 20 in their first batch. When they're gone, and who knows how long it's gonna take to get another one. We'll put a link in the description to TC Customs website. It'll take you right to this part. Stage 1 and Stage 2 are right there together. And guys, use Backroad in the promo code area if you do make this purchase. We don't make a dime off of it, but let Mitchell Watts know we sent you.
Auto start stop is deactivated with the Whipple Tune, so that's good news, guys. That's something I've already taken care of on my truck with ForeScan. There's also a device you can buy online that's about $90. It will get rid of it as well, but you do have to take some of your dash apart to get to the back side of that button. If you want to use ForeScan, you do need to buy an adapter. It's 40 or 50 bucks, but we have a video we'll put down in the description. It's kind of a starter guide for ForeScan, and that will allow you to do that yourself.
So what you're saying is, for like 8 or 9 grand, we can take care of problems that we hate about our truck. And like that cylinder deactivation, like that could break something. And this is like a big investment. So I can't see why your wife would have any problem at all with you prolonging the life of your new F150. And you have to add a Whipple Supercharger to do it because that's the only way you can get this tuned. So I can't see why she would have any problems with that.
Next up, guys, is the trans tuning on the new Whipple calibration. So they did work with Ford on this, and they did do some reliability testing. Of course, passed with flying colors. They used what they had learned on the previous generation 18 through 20 trucks. And so what they've got is a pretty nice package, guys. It's going to be able to use that almost double the horsepower from your factory calibration, put that all to the ground on your 10R80. You're not going to have to worry about having issues with the transmission with Whipple Supercharger. They've made sure this calibration is buttery smooth, but strong enough to take anything you can throw at it. Maybe not 3-minute donuts, but you know what I mean, guys. Future tune revisions. Nick did say that unlike previous generations where they could go in and change some of these parameters themselves, this time around they're going to have to work with Ford to make those enhancements to the stock tune or whatever. So you're not going to be able to go just straight to Whipple to get some adjustments made or whatever. You're not going to be able to go put on another pulley and ask for them to, change the timing because you're changing boosts, all that sort of thing. That's not going to happen. And furthermore, they're not going to be able to make as many changes as they were in the past. They're going to have to go talk to Ford with, say 20, 50, 100 trucks have this same slight issue. They can change that tune at that point, it sounds like, and then send that tune out to others to fix that problem globally. But there is no custom tuning at this time. It is pretty awesome that they will be working at this overtime to refine it and make sure everything works great, and that ability is still there. So guys, think of this as your cell phone. You don't get to make any real changes to it yourself, to the software inside, but every once in a while they'll push out a new update to it that has a few enhancements or features, but you're not going to get like some new super duper phone. You're just going to get simple security fixes, patches, that sort of thing. That's what we're talking about here. One more thing, guys, you're going to be using the Whipple Tomahawk device to load your tunes. You can also change your tire size, so if you've got a different set of wheels and tires for the drag strip or whatever, you can change that value on the device, switch back to another set of tires, you can change it again. You can take care of aftermarket sizes, all that good stuff. The only way to do that right now, guys, is to go to your dealer, and a lot of those are refusing to do that. You can also use ForeScan to do that. It is a little bit more of the complicated process on ForeScan. There's some resetting of some modules, that sort of thing, that need to be done after those changes are made. So keep that in mind. That's a great feature that's included with the Tomahawk device.
775 horsepower, guys, in a big 4-door truck with 4-wheel drive and an F-150. I mean, what more could a guy ask for?
You know, guys, 635 horsepower at the wheels is not too shabby, guys. I want to do a little racing myself. I think the first thing on the list is a TRX.
You think you got what it takes?
We're going to find out.
Comment down below if you want to see that race, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.